welcome back for another video. This one here has a very, very intentional purpose, and it is because I want to show you guys how to prepare abalone. So what I'm going to do today is go in, I'm just going to catch 4 or 5 abalone because I have something very particular in mind, and I'm going to show you how I shuck them, beat them, and make them really nice. So beating them softens them up a lot because they're a muscle. They're a really firm bit of flesh. So I'm going to beat them down, show you how I prepare them, and then I'm going to put them in something really different, something I haven't tried before, but I always think, God, that would taste good. Let's have some fun, teach you a thing or two, and enjoy what the day has. It's a beautiful sunny day. The wind's actually quite nice because it's just taking the heat off the day. So I'm gonna kit up and get straight into the water. Alright, another update. We've had a loss. So in the last video I said that we're doubling back to go look for my cray snare. I didn't find it. Sadly, it got lost in the weed, but I'm sure it'll be that well hidden the next time I go there, it'll still be there. I don't think anyone else would have found it. Today I've just got the gun and I've got my knife. So keeping it simple, in and out, to get the food that we want, and then to cook up some ab. One thing I want to add, as a person with long hair, this weddy that I've got, the Shark Eyes one, has a hood, alright? And until having long hair, I didn't realise how good this thing was. It keeps all the hair out of my face and out of my mask. So it still seals a treat. Well, that's enough chat. Let's get down there, get in the water, get wet, see what we can find. Alright, I'm out of the water. I had a quick little swim. I ended up just getting 5 abs just for the purpose of doing this little demo on how to prep them. And I also got a crayfish, a nice little one. Got it by hand, which was good, of course. And I seen a slightly bigger one, which I stuffed around with for ages trying to catch. If I had my snare, I definitely would have caught it. It was a good one. It would have been really nice. So, gonna head back up to the car, clean up these abs, show you how that happens, and then get a bit of a feed in my belly. Getting pretty hungry now, so let's do it. Slight little change of plans. I am gonna head home to our outdoor filming station and cook these up because I want to do that cray as well. So I want to go home and get a little bit of butter, a bit of garlic. I've got a generic fish seasoning, but setting up at home so I can make the video really easy to follow and have a yummy feed. Hey, I'm so keen for these. And if I take them home, I'll be able to give Molly a test try as well, so get her review and see how it goes. But all in all, for a quick morning outing, that was good. It's pretty hard to beat getting out here, eh? It's just lovely, and it's something that's not too hard to do, pretty easy to organise, and you don't need too much gear to get abs really. Like, you can, as long as you got your basic freediving gear, all you need is a butter knife or a dive knife, any knife, as long as you don't hurt the abs or slice the abs in the process. You just pop them off. It's easy done. All right, guys, we are back at the Molly Mac and Salty Mac's filming studio. It's basically just our patio, and we've set up a wicked little area. I'm back here, and I'm gonna cook up the crayfish and the abs, because that's what we ended up with. And now I said there was gonna be something special happening with these abs. If you have a look at the size of an abalone, and if you put it right next to these mini little slider buns, I think they make a pretty perfect pair. So what we're doing is we're gonna go through the process of getting these abalone ready, and then we're gonna make them into abalone sliders. That's pretty exciting for me. But first, this little cooker over here, I'm gonna say, if you don't have one of these, go and get yourself a second mortgage. No, just kidding. 20 bucks. They're the best thing. This lives in the back of the troopy. Trusty frying pan, and you're good to go. That's gonna be what we're cooking on today. So firstly, I am gonna get this crayfish. He's been sitting in the angle for a little bit. Slice him in half, and while we're prepping up the abalone, he's gonna be sitting in the fry pan. I'll get that on now. Simmering away, and that's just another little tasty treat on the side. Straight down the middle. All right, just like that, and then on this side as well. Now with crayfish, you're either a person that loves dipping your meat inside the head, which is like its natural sauce. I am one of those. So I leave all that in there. Woo! Just a little bit of oil, a bit more. A little bit of butter that I have in this little pan. My nice little fish seasoning. This is one that Molly got for me as a part of a Father's Day gift for the troopy kit. Trim them off. A nice little shake of this. Anyway, that's a good one. It tastes bloody beautiful. And then these are just gonna sit in there and cook away while we prep up our abalone. Bring it forward a little bit. Okay, it's how to clean these abalone. So getting a blunt knife, okay, underneath, all right, see how I've got that shiny side pointing towards me, and I just scoop underneath like that. Okay, if you use a sharp knife, you're gonna, oh, it's gonna spit at me over there. It released it, and if you're lucky, all the gummy stuff will fall into that bowl. And then you pop that off there, and sometimes you just need a little trim there. And that is what we're left with, okay? And this here was a bit that I tried eating raw the other day, and it was really nice. But that hasn't sat in the fridge for long enough because these are fresh as anything. So that's gonna be a little bit hard. So I'll do that with the other 4, just another close up. So if you look on the bottom, there's like a little round knot. I'm going to face that away from me, knife underneath, and pop. It's once you get the knack of it, it is so easy. And, so that's what sometimes happens, and we just cut that off. without making too much mess. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, one last one, 5. A rule you got to remember with abalone is you can't shell and shuck them 200 metres, within 200 metres of the high tide line, the watermark. So bring them home, clean them up there. Once you've got them like this, you can go and eat them down at the beach, which is lovely. Tenderizer with the pokey bits. Something to hold it with, this skewer is perfect. And just give them a beat. Flip it there, and then on the other side. All right. And just go around the edges, because the lips of these also need a really good beat. And that one is pretty well done. So, what we have there is a very well tenderized abalone. Okay? And that's going to be so nice and soft, and in the slider bun, oh, I can just feel it. Taste it already. So I'm going to go through, do these other ones real quick. Ow, an ant got me. And ants love abalone. They try and get in that bowl straight away. Ow, 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 ow. Usually I wouldn't hose these off too much, but because these ants come straight for me, I'm just going to give them a little hose off to get any ants or bits of wood. I usually prefer just to keep salt water. That's actually something that I suggest everyone doing. If you've got like a 20 litre container, go down to the beach, nice clean water of course, and get a big container full of salt water and keep it somewhere cool at home, just obviously out of the sun, nothing too fancy. And for whenever you're cooking fish, rinse your fish, even rinse your hands in that salt water to keep as much of that flavour as possible. Our crayfish over here, looking lovely. Did I bring tongs out, or am I going to have to flip them by hand? So you can see that the meat is still opaque on that, but a few little white bits, so that's perfect time to turn. And just have a look. In the shape of a love heart. Okay, now I said there was going to be something about the Elsa kids lunchbox, and I only just worked this out this morning. I'm like, it's absolutely perfect. So it's got 3 little compartments, one for our panko breadcrumbs with our seasoning, one for our flour with the seasoning, and one little spot for the egg. It doesn't get much better for that. Grab the abalone, our little burger patty abalone, put it in the flour. In the flour 1, like that. Over to our egg. These are made for it, aren't they? And then into our breadcrumb, or breadcrumb panko. Panko breadcrumb are just so crispy. I really like to push it in, give it a shake off that excess, and that there is our delightful looking patty, slider patty. Molly has just got home from her last client, and she is in for a treat. I think she's going to have to give a review on these sliders. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, they are. Oh, a few little spits. They are looking amazing. So they are going to find their way onto the plate down here next to the abalone, and then the abalone is going to take their spot in the hot seat. A minute on each side. Good little sizzle. All right, pop them in there. They won't take long at all. So our slidey. So I'm just going to go lettuce. All right, got a bit of tartare sauce. Nice blob of that on the bottom. A couple of bits of lettuce, because everything's got to be that bit of healthy. Oh, it's Jaya. Scared me there. Okay, I'm going to flip these abalone. Woo. Whoops. Just like that, with the fingers. Okay, that's good. Bit of tomato. All right, Molly's going to come in. She's going to be ready for a burger hot off the plate. And maybe even a bit of crayfish. Straight on to that little swirl. I'm going to turn that off. These get so hot. Straight on top of that tartar. And Molly is back. She's joining me for the abalone slider.
Yum.
First ever attempt. They're going straight on, and I got a cray. Although I lost my snare,
This morning.
I still got a cray, yeah. So that, by hand. Tomato,
Yum. Yep.
tomato, tomato, little bit of lettuce.
These fit perfect.
Yeah, they're a match made in heaven.
When he told me about making abalone sliders, I honestly didn't feel very keen to start with, but now looking
at them, they're amazing.
they're like little nuggets.
How good do they look? They look, if they taste as good as they look, we're in for a treat. Paired with half a crayfish, you can't go wrong for a morning out.
Who needs fast food?
We got Jaya here having a burger too, is he?
Real food.
All right. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
that's actually so good.
Yum.
They are going to be a party sensation.
Delicious. That's like butter.
Yeah, they are so soft. That was the bit that I said I love dipping my crayfish in the head. It's hot and fresh.
That is so good.
And that is awesome. So give that a try if you can get yourself. We only needed 4 or 5 abalone, which isn't too hard to get if you know where they're at. And try that, because that there is just another one of many ways to cook abalone, which is hard to beat. Thank you.